second row.
Mr. Colby, you say that you have designated San Miguel Harbor here in California as a terminal for the pipeline. Is this definitive?
We're negotiating now with the San Miguel Harbor Commission. Young lady?
Where's your son, Miles? Isn't he going to be a part of this venture, or is he just playing polo as usual?
To your first question, ma'am, my son will be a pivotal part of this operation. To your second, the Colbys can always find room for another trophy. Yes, sir.
With your son involved and Jeff Colby coming in as your equal partner, will you be stepping down and turning over control of the company now?
Well, let's get this straight. I welcome my nephew aboard. I look forward to working with him. But a ship only has one captain. I think you can safely say that one man and one man only will continue at the helm of Colby Enterprises. You're looking at him. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good day.
Mr. Colby. Colby. Mr. Colby.
Welcome home, Mr. Colby and Mrs. Colby. I trust that you had a pleasant trip.
Thank you, Henderson. Pleasantly brief.
Yes, good to be home. Everything under control for tonight?
Perfectly, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. We don't want to spill soup in the governor.
Indeed not, sir.
Have Eric bring my limo around in 10 minutes, will you?
Of course.
Edith, would you tell Maria I want to talk to her about the hors d'oeuvres? And you and I have to decide where to put the orchestra. On the terrace this time, I think. Could you send Denise up to unpack?
Certainly, Mrs. Colby, at once.
Garrett, I'm worried about my son. I want... Look, organize a posse if you have to. You've got the license. How many red Ferraris can there be in the road? Just find him. Yo. Good. You keep me posted. I don't understand why he didn't show up in Denver.
Oh, you know, Miles, he probably just forgot. He'll turn out.
I hope so. This is one time I need that boy. Here. No.
I'm sure he's probably just traipsing around the countryside with some of his polo groupies. Frankly, I'm more worried about your nephew than your son. Did you see Constance slink off just now without a word?
Well, I expect she was embarrassed by all those questions about Jeff.
She ought to be. Handing Jeff half the Colby empire on a silver platter, well, I am not going to let her get away with it. Deprive my 3 chicks of their share of her estate. There must be a way to challenge this thing.
Sable, I would like you to keep clear of this. I don't want any of Connie's Colby shares. I don't need them. Neither do my kids.
How do you know? Have you asked them how Miles feels about this? Or Monica? Or Bliss, even?
That's not the point. What my sister does with her money's her own business.
Oh, very grand. Why do you always side with Connie?
I am not siding with Connie. I just don't have any control over what she does.
Since when doesn't Jason Colby have control over anything?
Honey, I've got my reasons. Now, just stay away from her on this, please.
Honestly, it's worse than having a mother-in-law. She's got you wrapped round her little finger.
That's funny. She says I've got her wrapped around my finger.
Oh, Jace. She is closer to you than I am. Why do you always shut me out? Why can't you confide in me for a change?
I have to work things through by myself. You know that.
But, darling, I am here to share with you. That's my role. Without that, what am I? Oh, if only I could have all of you for once.
You've got more of me than anybody else. Just about all there is.
Have I? I don't think so. I know it sounds silly, but if you weren't you, I could almost suspect there was someone else.
God, I know it was her. Help me find her. Help me bring her back.
No. Please don't. Stay away. Stay away from me. Please don't.
Wake up, Rana.
Miles!
You were just dreaming.
It was just a dream. Oh, thank God.
That's it, baby. Hang on tight.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Same dream you've been having?
Only this time there was more. I was in a bedroom somewhere, and something was about to happen. You know that awful feeling you have in nightmares? And I had this terrible sound in my head. And then somebody was opening the door and coming into the room, and then you woke me.
Did you recognize who it was?
It was only a shadow. But I think in the dream I knew. But now, Miles, what does it mean? What's happening to me?
It's nothing. It was just a bad dream. I'm here now. I'll keep away the shadows.
My dear Francesca, by now you've heard about my gift to Jeff. I'm writing because he's going to need you.
May I come in?
Anytime.
I hear you're going off again. Begging money for one of those charities you bankroll. You can't stay for the party, huh?
Well, I'm sorry, but I made this engagement ages ago.
You really run yourself ragged with those things.
Well, Jason, if you want me to stay here to be with you, I'll cancel everything.
I don't want you to do anything different on my account. You remember what I told you?
Has Dr. Bowen had any second opinions yet?
Still waiting to hear.
How are you feeling?
Top of the world.
Oh, sure, yeah. You never were a good liar.
Connie.
Jason, don't you think it's about time you told Sable? After all, she is your wife, and she has to know sooner or later.
Not now. Sable couldn't handle it, not yet. She's not as strong as she seems.
Oh, Jason, for God's sake, you're dying. Lean on somebody for once, please.
I know I've got to tell her, but you let me decide when. Okay?
Operator, may I please have the access number for London, England? Thank you.
All right. I'll call you in the morning, but I still want you to marry me.
Hello?
I would like to speak to Francesca Colby Hamilton, please.
Oh, this is she speaking.
Oh, Francesca. This is Constance Colby. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Constance? What a surprise. How have you been? It's been so long.
I never change, you know that.
And Jason?
He's fine. Top of the world. I suppose you've heard about Jeff.
He's all right, isn't he?
Francesca, I want you to come home to California.
California. Oh, Constance, I can't do that.
Well, I think Jeff is going to need his mother's support, especially now.
How does Jeff feel about that?
Oh, he doesn't know anything about it. But I think it's time you got to know your son once again. Life is very short. Oh, please. Please say you'll come for Jeff's sake.
I'd do anything for Jeff, but you don't understand. I can't come back there. I can't.
Why?
Constance, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, why? Is something else holding you back?
I can't come. I'm sorry, Constance.
Constance, dear, may I see you for a moment?
Oh, I'm in an awful rush. Can't it wait?
It's about your extravagant gift to Jeff. You know, the children are really quite hurt by what you did.
Oh, I wasn't meant to hurt them.
Then exactly what was it meant to accomplish?
My reasons are my own business.
Not when they affect your family, Connie, dear. You have an obligation to the people who love you. I don't think you appreciate that.
Well, if you must know, I'm tired. I've spent too many years in boardrooms, and I just want some time for myself.
That still doesn't explain why you turned everything over to Jeff.
Well, somebody's got to help run the company.
Jason's done rather well so far.
Well, Jason, he can't last forever.
And when that time comes, he has a son. His name is Miles.
Yes, and Jason's share will go to Miles. Mine has gone to Jeff.
An outsider.
No, he is not an outsider. He is just as much part of this family as Miles. He has every right to that money. It would have been his had his father not been killed so young, so terribly young.
His Uncle Cecil left him half of Colby Co. He's hardly destitute.
We've kept that boy out of this family for years. It was wrong, and you know it. This is my way of making it up to him.
I know it's a cliche, Connie, dear, but since when did two wrongs make a right?
I love that boy. He's tough. And Jason's going to need all the help he can get on that pipeline deal of his, believe me.
Jason Colby rely on someone else's strength. That'll be the day. Unless there's something you're not telling me, Constance. Something more behind all this?
You asked me, and I've told you. Now I have to get that helicopter.
Often another of your charity junkies. What are all these charities, Constance? What do you do with all the money you raise?
If you promise not to tell anybody, I play the horses.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but Mr. Miles Colby is not here at the moment.
Well, it's important that I see him.
Jeff, what a wonderful surprise. I didn't expect you so soon. Ready to tackle the job?
Well, I sure am. But there's something I have to settle with Miles first. Do you know where he is?
Oh, I haven't seen hide nor hair of him in over a week. Let me have Henderson get the things out of the car. Henderson?
Yes, Mrs. Patterson.
This is my nephew, Jeff Colby. Please make him comfortable. I think the Sunset Suite, it has a beautiful view of the ocean. And now I must run. The helicopter's waiting.
You're not leaving town, are you?
Well, I was going away for a few days, but with the party tonight and your arrival, I'll cut my trip short. Oh, Jeff, we have stirred up quite a hornet's nest. I'll see you this evening.
Let me show you to your room, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, Henderson, but that will have to wait. There's something I have to attend to first.
Jason, I just talked to Malsby in our Hong Kong office. It seems there's trouble brewing with the Chinese.
Now what?
All of a sudden, they're concerned about the amount of oil our tankers can handle.
We did 2 studies on that. That's ridiculous. We've got more tonnage than the 6th Fleet. Damn it, Garrett, where's all this coming from? First that cable to Blake Carrington, now Malsby? What is this?
Well, it could be legitimate. Or
somebody's muscling in. How's your Chinese?
halting. How's yours?
I guess we'll have to rely on Malsby. But you tell him I want to know who's behind this.
I'll get right on it. Oh, I hear Jeff Colbys doing today. What are you going to do with him when he gets here?
Oh, my nephew? There's plenty to do around here. We'll keep him busy. Sharpening pencils, maybe.
Ah.
Mr. Colby.
I'm looking for Miles Colby.
I don't believe he's in.
Well, do you know where I might find him?
You might try the polo field. He spends a lot of time up there.
Jeff, my boy, how are you? Just the fella I wanted to see.
Hong Kong?
I can't think of a better man to smoke out those rumors. There's a flight in the morning. My secretary's already booked your seat.
Well, she can just unbook it because I'm not going. I have more important things to do.
More important? You better get your priorities straight, son.
No, you better get this straight. I'm not your son. And I'm not your errand boy. I'm your partner, your equal partner. Now, if you feel like giving orders, I'm sure we have enough people on the payroll who'd be ready to jump when you whistle.
Well, you may have the shares, son, but you are not equal here. Not until you've paid your dues. I don't believe you understand what you've gotten yourself into here. This is not like that cozy little corner grocery you were used to over at Denver Carrington. This is Colby Enterprises, a somewhat larger undertaking. So you had better not talk about being equal partners. Not until you know a hell of a lot more about this company and what makes it tick.
Jason Colby. Personal wealth, $1.2 billion. Controlling interest in Colby Enterprises. International headquarters, Los Angeles, California. With offices in New York, Houston, London, Paris, Lagos, Nigeria, Tokyo, Singapore, Caracas, and Buenos Aires. Total gross assets estimated to be slightly more than $42 billion. Subsidiary companies include Colby Properties San Francisco, last year's gross earnings $720 million. Colby Industries Houston, $642 million. Colby Aerospace Labs San Jose, $5 billion. Colby Petroleum California with wells in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, California, and the North Sea, $23 billion. And last but not least, Colby Marine Transportation with a tanker fleet capacity of 1.6 million deadweight tons. Projected earnings expected to double next year due to joint venture with Denver Carrington.
That's not bad. You only missed one. Colby Timber Company, Eureka, California. Net profits last year only $22,000, but it's not for sale. That's where my granddad started the whole thing.
Well, I'll remember to put it on my list. Now, if we're through with the entrance exam, I'd like to see my office.
Sharon, did you show my nephew where he's going to hang his hat?
Feeling better?
Much. I love you, Miles.
Why?
Because you're you, and you keep caring.
I think I've been searching for you my whole life. I've been thinking, too. We're not going to go back to Los Angeles. We're going to go to Hawaii. Spend some time on the beach, make love in the sun, chase your shadows away.
And what about your family? Aren't they expecting you? You already skipped out on the party in Denver because of me.
They'll never even miss me.
I don't know, Miles. Maybe we should go back to Los Angeles.
No, it's settled. We'll check into a cozy inn, get some champagne, hang out by the pool if we have time. And tomorrow we'll drive to San Francisco, hop a flight to Honolulu, family can wait.
Would you mind running that by me again?
It means the wise man chooses his messenger well. I hear you're looking for someone to do some sleuthing in Hong Kong.
You?
Why not me? I did study Chinese for 2 years, you know. At least I'll know what they're saying behind our backs.
Yeah, I'm impressed, but I think not.
Daddy, I've been over those contracts 10 dozen times. I know Blake Carrington's deal with the Chinese like the back of my hand. I also helped Garrett draw up our contracts with Denver Carrington. There isn't anyone at Colby Enterprises more qualified to go.
I appreciate that, sweetheart. Also, you volunteered. I like that. And I love you, but I'm afraid sending a woman on this just wouldn't be suitable.
I can do the job as well as any man.
I don't doubt that. The trouble's the Chinese. They're Chinese. Very traditional people. They might not take kindly to dealing with a woman on this thing. I can't risk that.
Daddy, I know I could be effective if you'll just give me the chance.
I'm sorry, baby. Another time when we know who we're dealing with.
You know, it never occurred to me till now. But I think maybe you have a bit of Chinese chauvinism in you.
What was that all about? I seem to have sired a woman of the 80s, God help me. What's on your mind, Garrett?
Chinese. I've been trying to smoke out the source of those rumors all morning. One name keeps coming up.
Oh?
Zachary Powers.
I should have thought of that.
Oh! Oh!
Nice shot. Got a message. You wanted to see me at your club. I haven't seen you socially for a long time. How have you been, Jason?
Didn't ask you down here to socialize, Zach. This is neutral territory. Besides, the air's fresher. Whoa!
What's on your mind?
Sludge.
Sludge?
Been a lot of it washing ashore lately. From China.
Oh!
A tide of rumor. You trying to cut me out with the Chinese, by any chance?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Cut the bull, Zach. Somebody's passing the word to our Oriental friends that Colby Marine Transportation doesn't have the tonnage to move all Denver Carrington's oil. Your name keeps floating to the surface.
What would I have to gain by spreading rumors like that?
Muscling in with your fleet of supertankers, maybe?
I admit it's an attractive prospect. Oh, but you don't really believe I'd try a stunt like that, do you?
Doubles. Never mind what I believe, Zach. But you better believe this. Nobody steals a pot from me. Nobody. Bull! You want to play cards? Throw all your chips on the table. Up front. Bull! This is my deal. Try a shot. Leave the gun with a range boy. It belonged to my dad.
have to move fast to nail down the Chinese commitment. Yeah. Well, he's picked up the scent. But don't worry. I think I know just how to keep him off the track.
I guess it's just as well I couldn't get a direct flight to Los Angeles. Breaking the trip in New York will give me a chance to catch my breath and brace myself. I have a feeling this isn't going to be easy.
I'm still waiting for my answer.
Will I marry you? Roger, don't make me decide now. Everything is so confused. If you press me now, I'll have to say no. Is that what you want?
You know it isn't. When will you be back?
I don't know. It depends on so many things. Please, just be patient.
I am patient. But, Francesca, I just don't understand any of this.
But I miss my son, Jeff. That I want to share in his triumph. It's a dream I've cherished for such a long time now. You've no idea how long. My only fear is, will he forgive me?
Yes?
Excuse me, Monica. Am I interrupting you?
Jeff, my elusive cousin. I missed you earlier. Welcome aboard.
I didn't mean to disturb you. Actually, I'm looking for Miles.
Miles at the office? Not very likely. You tried the polo grounds?
I just came from there.
Sounds serious. How much does my darling twin brother owe you?
Well, I wish it were that simple.
Well, from the look on your face, I'd say there was something very wrong. You want to talk about it?
Well, I don't know where to begin. It's rather complicated.
Try me. I passed the bar exam.
Do you remember what happened to Fallon Carrington? Or what everyone thinks happened to her?
Yes?
Let me start at the beginning.
That was the best chili I ever had. Sure are some cook, Connie. Connie? May I have this dance, ma'am?
Oh, no, my hands are all soapy.
Oh, that's not soap. That's stardust. Come on. Come
You are
on.
the craziest cowboy I ever met.
Well, cowboys do crazy things when they're in love. You remember Houston?
Mm-hmm. The night we met at the charity rodeo.
Yeah. Been the best 6 months of my life.
Oh, Hutch, you are my silver lining. But you already know that, don't you?
How come it's taking me this long just to get you to smile? You haven't said a word hardly all afternoon.
I know, but I have a lot of things on my mind right now.
Well, I'm going to fix that. The Mesquite boys are playing in town.
No, I would love to.
Are you running out on me again?
I'm sorry, but just before I left, something came up and...
Now, you promised. You said this time you were going to stay.
I know. But this is important to a lot of people.
Well, you come and you go just like a will-o'-the-wisp. I don't know where you come from or where you go to. All I know is that you're my mystery lady. I don't even know if your name really is Constance Patterson.
Hutch, remember when we first took up? We made a pact. No questions, no strings. Let's just keep it that way.
I'm just lucky I get to see you 2-3 times a month. The rest of the time I can't get you out of my mind. That's not fair, Connie. That's just not fair.
But Jeff, that's impossible. She died in a plane crash.
We thought she did. But it wasn't Fallon.
I mean, there was a ring, wasn't there? Fallon's ring? Jeff, wasn't she wearing Fallon's ring?
Monica, it could have been found or it could have been stolen. Now, I don't know who's buried in that grave, but I'm positive it's not Fallon.
Jeff, much as I want to believe you...
Look, I don't care what anyone says. I know what I saw. And last night in Denver, I saw Fallon with your brother Miles.
With Miles? What on earth would she be doing with Miles?
I don't know. He told you he was with a girl who lost her memory, right?
Yes, but...
Monica, don't you see? That could be the answer, the reason she disappeared. Now, she couldn't come home because she didn't know where home was. Oh, Monica, that explains everything. Fallon's alive. She just doesn't know who she is.
Miles? I'll get it. I must have latched the door.
Must have got the wrong room. Or maybe not.
It's not being very friendly.
You better get out of here. I'm warning you. My friends will be back any minute.
Sure he will. What do you got under that towel?
Stay away from me.
Come on. There's nothing to be afraid of. All I want's a little peek. Come here.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Auntie. Shut up.
Hey, man, come on. I'm sure I made a mistake, man. Sure you did. Come on, I just made a mistake. Come on.
Abby, you all right?
He was coming through the door. He was going to hurt me.
All right. Take it easy. He's gone now, all right? He's gone.
It was horrible, just like that awful nightmare I've been having.
I know, but don't worry about it. I'm here now. And I'm never ever going to leave you alone again. Never. You hear me? Come here.
Bliss? Oh, my God. Last time I saw you, you were about...
Yeah, I know. I was about so high. Like the way it's shaping up?
Not bad.
So terrific to see you.
I'm getting soaked.
Sorry.
I like to make a big impression. Look, I didn't drag you into the pool. You know, Cousin Jeff, I always had this huge crush on you.
Why, no. I had no idea.
Well, consider yourself warned, cousin or no cousin. I'm really glad you're here.
Thanks. Yeah, I can use all the support I can get right now.
What's the matter? They giving you a hard time?
They?
Family. As much as I adore them, I know they can really be a pain sometimes.
No, I just have a lot on my mind lately.
Well, just remember, whatever it is, I'm on your side.
Well, I might as well get ready for the party. I'll see you later.
No, you won't. I'm not going.
Won't your father be disappointed?
It's a matter of principle. Besides, Daddy doesn't approve of Sean. That's my friend. But that's okay, because Sean doesn't approve of Daddy either. It kind of makes life interesting.
Well, maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. How about a game of tennis in the morning?
Yeah, you got a date. Goes. Why are the sexiest ones always off limits?
I'm also the only person that speaks Chinese at Colby Enterprises. It's not fair, Mother.
I sympathize, Monica, darling. But your father has to be handled carefully. He's not a man that you can push, especially not if you're a woman. A lot of strong men are like that. You have to lead them subtly, so that they think that all the ideas were theirs.
I've never been devious, Mother, and I don't intend to start now.
There is nothing devious about using your femininity.
Well, I think any woman who resorts to those kinds of tricks is letting down the team.
Team? This is not a locker room, darling. It's not us against them. When it comes to men, no two women are ever on the same team. Believe me.
Mother, I'm talking about sexual equality, not sexual gamesmanship.
There is no sexual equality. There never has been and there never will be. At least not as far as the men are concerned.
Well, I'm tired of being treated like a second-class citizen, especially by my own father.
He only wants what's best for you, darling, to be happy.
You mean find a suitable husband, get married, and raise a family?
Well, that's what you want, isn't it?
Among other things, marriage isn't going to be the end of the line for me, Mother. When a man gets married, he doesn't give up his career, his ambitions, his dreams. I don't see why it has to be any different for a woman. I want to create something that I can call my own. Mine and nobody else's.
I wish you luck, darling. You're going to need it. It's still a man's world out there. A fact that you are going to have to learn the hard way, I can see.
You check the hospitals, the highway patrols, and you... Well, damn it, Garrett, Miles didn't just disappear into thin air. I appreciate that. Yes, well, you keep trying.
Excuse me, Daddy. You busy?
Liz, honey, come on in. What's this get-up? You look like you're going to a Madonna concert.
You are totally awesome, Daddy. You actually know who Madonna is?
Oh, I have a fella I pay just to keep me up to date on those names. No, that's no joke. For instance, that is a Rothko. That's a Klein. Your mother just got those. Now she's set on redoing the whole room around them. Got to keep up in the names. Do you really plan to wear that to the party?
Sean and I are not coming to the party, Daddy.
Well, I'd like to see more of you, little rabbit. Right now, especially.
I know this big pipeline deal is important to you, Daddy. But I've got problems with it. So does Sean.
Sean has problems?
Sean says there's a rumor going around Clean Earth headquarters about you.
And what might that be?
They say you're going to buy off the EPA. Buy yourself a good environmental impact report.
Well, Bliss, you've known me all your life. You know I won't do that. I don't run my life that way, or my company.
But you can't control everything, Daddy. What about accidents? Sean says every year oil spills account...
Baby, I come from timber country. I've shaken more California dirt out of my boots than your boyfriend will ever set his foot on. I care about this lad.
Sean says all the care in the world won't...
But I don't care what Sean thinks.
Well, you should, Daddy. He's got a master's degree from the University of Miami in marine biology.
I don't give a damn about his degrees. I care about you. You haven't spent a night in this house all week.
And what's that got to do with it?
I don't like it. I may not be able to stop it, but I do not have to like it. Liz, you're 20 years old. 6 months ago, it was Horace what's-his-name in unilateral disarmament. Now it's Sean Who's-This in Save the Earth. Can't you see these boys are using you?
If you don't like my friends, Daddy, I can always move out.
That's right, honey. You can always move out. You have got me there. Not many people can say that. I need you here, now. In my house, in my life.
Well, you sure are going about it the wrong way.
Ravishing, as usual.
Flatterer. No news of Miles?
No, not yet.
You don't suppose anything has happened to him, do you?
You know, Miles, he always lands on his feet. Come on, before the guests get here, let's have a drink with the family. Up, Elizabeth.
Welcome home, Jeff.
To the family.
To the Colbys. Think you'll get used to our big city ways, Jeff?
Oh, I think I'll manage, Sable, once I kick the mud off my boots.
Of course, he's marvelous. In the end, I suppose we'll lose you there.
Lose me?
Back to Denver. You were reared there. Your friends are there. Your son. The Carringtons, they're your family, really, more than we've ever been.
Well, that's true, Sable, but family's not the only reason I'm here.
Also true. You'll get used to Sable's humor, Jeff. Unless you want to take me up in that offer to buy you out, it's still good.
I'm not selling, Jesse.
I didn't think you would. Like father, like son.
Jason?
I told you to keep my father out of this.
I was referring to his commendable tenacity.
I don't think so.
Darling, our guests will be here soon.
Excuse me, Sable. What was it with you and my father? Was he taller, smarter? He died a hero. Does that bother you?
No. But you're beginning to. Better get hold of yourself, son.
Jeff, I think you should tell them what's really on your mind.
That's between Miles and me.
What in heaven's name does Miles have to do with all this?
Somebody call.
Miles! Oh, thank God you're safe.
Where in the hell have you been? I've had half the state out looking for you.
We have begun to think you'd been in an accident.
No, we were going on to Hawaii, but we made a last-minute change of plans.
We?
Cousin Jeff. Welcome to the old homestead, pal.
Where's she, Miles?
She?
The girl you drove off with in Denver.
What's it to you, old man?
I'll tell you what it is to me. I've been looking for that girl for over a year.
Is that so? Well, I've been looking for her all my life. Darling, come on in. Meet the family. Everybody, this is Randall, my bride. Mrs. Miles Colby.